Hello, hello, hello. Molishani Bonse. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tempe Fletcher, if it's your first time here. And I am going to be decorating our bedroom for Christmas today. So this is the first space that I'm going to be tackling because I have everything that I need. And I'm really excited. So without further ado, let me go ahead and talk about the theme and basically get started with the decorating. I'm so excited. So my theme in this room is going to be silver, and we're going more for a really glam type of feel, but it's going to be quite modern. So I'm not going for too much vintage or the typical glam type of style. Everything, all the ornaments that I have are quite modern, but I'm also going to be adding a few vintage pieces here and there. But yeah, well, one of my vintage pieces, I guess, let me show this to you because I think I thrifted this last year. I never got to use it. And it's a little vintage Christmas tree in a, what do you call these? I can't remember what you call it. It's not a hurricane. Could I call it an apothecary type of jar or ornament? I don't know, but it's almost like a bell with a Christmas tree in it, and I think it's so lovely. And look, it's got the little ornaments on it, and it's flocked, and it's absolutely perfect. So I definitely want to put this in the center of our tree. Our tree in this room is is it 6 feet? I think it's 5, because I'm about 5'9". So I'm assuming we're around the same height. So maybe 5'8", 5'9", 5'9" as well. But I thrifted this a couple of years ago and it was only $5. But I really do love the branches on it. They don't shed at all, which is amazing. And so it's going to be very easy for me to decorate. And I also like that it doesn't need too much flocking because it's just one of those trees, once you install it, it's ready to go. You just kind of have to maneuver it a little bit. Now, I do need to add some lighting to this tree because the lights on here, I still haven't been able to figure out if they work or not. And so I basically just add lighting to them. Something that I'm going to include that's quite new are these warm white beaded garland lights. Now, the problem that I have is that I literally only got one of these. And so it was around October. I saw them and I was like, oh, those look so cute. And I wasn't necessarily shopping for Christmas stuff. So I just thought, let me just get it in advance so that before Christmas gets here, I can go back and get more. And when I went back yesterday, they did not have them at Walmart, which is really annoying. So don't you just hate that? But I am thinking that I can still utilize them because it is more of a beaded garland. So maybe I could kind of have it swooping to one side and it could just be complementary lighting. So we'll see. Hopefully I can use this. If I don't use it on the tree, then I'll probably use it with some garland or something like that. I'm breathing so heavily, I don't know why. Well, I am tired and I'm trying to race against time. And I think I'm talking too much already. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the lighting on here. No particular process that I don't necessarily think I need to film this for you because it's just one of those things that you get to do yourselves. But I'll show you what it looks like right before I start decorating. Okay, so here are the lights on the tree. I basically just kind of went with the flow. I try not to overthink it because I like simple lighting in our bedroom. I don't want it to be extremely bright, especially at night. I prefer more of ambient, cozy ambient lighting. So that is that. And then I'm not sure if you can see my little garland lights right there. I just had them cascading on one side, but I think that they will work out because I do have picks that look like the little icicles. So it's all good. Now let me go ahead and start decorating this tree. Firstly, I would like to work with the tree topper, and I'm going to be using this tinsel pick that I got from Hobby Lobby. So these are just like pom-poms. I really like them. They were, I think, $3. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to one side. You are only going to see one of them today. I'm thinking that I definitely need to go get another one, possibly tomorrow, to add to the other side. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like it, but I actually love it. But I'm going to start with my larger ornaments now. These, I'm not sure if these are from Dollar Tree. They could be. And I have a few of them. And usually for my larger ornaments, I basically just want to scatter them around the tree because I don't have that many. And I think they look better. Obviously, I will probably focus on having them at the lower end of the tree. And then we can include the smaller ones on top. So that is my thought process basically. Next, I'm going to be adding these beautiful silver glass ornaments. They're kind of ribbed. Could I say they're fluted or ribbed? Let's just maybe say they're fluted. But I really do love these. I got these on sale from Big Lots. They were originally $14.99, but I think I ended up paying about $3 or $4 for them, which is amazing. And so what I'm going to be doing, because obviously you can see that right now everything is silver and it is pretty much on the cooler side, or it is pretty cool when it comes to the tones. And so I'm excited in order for you to see how all this turns out, and it's just going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Glamorous, but very tasteful, very modern, and with a touch of vintage as well. Next, I'm going to be adding this garland that I got from Walmart after Christmas. This was originally $4.98, and I got it on the Christmas sale for about $1, which is awesome. I got 3 of these, and I'm thinking about adding them to the tree. I mean, these could be used for pretty much anything. You could put them, you could have it cascading on your mirrors if you have mirrors. But I just kind of want to concentrate all of the silver on the tree. Before it gets too dark, I wanted to show you these picks. I got these from Hobby Lobby and they were $3.99 each, but 50% off. I got about 5 of them. I think I need to go get some more, but I think that these are going to look amazing. They basically match the garland that I showed you, the garland lighting. And then I also decided to add a pop of red. So these are old berries that I got from the Dollar Tree. Sorry for the noise outside. Somebody's riding a motorcycle. So let me wait it out a little bit. But anyway, yeah, I got these from Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. I've got 4 of these picks. I think I'd like to go look for some more because I think that this will really help to fill in the tree and give it more of that whimsical flair. I wanted to show you this fall fir bow that I got from Big Lots a couple of years ago, a year or so ago. But I really love this. I think I only paid $2.50 for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it above this artwork that's here because I think that it'll give it a little bit more whimsy, so that way we could just transform it from being not regular, this isn't regular artwork, it's vintage artwork, but I think it'll just help it to look 10 times better. And now let me show you what I'm using as a tree skirt. I use this every single year. This is a curtain that I got from Dirt Cheap a couple of years ago, and it's in this velvet fabric, and it's kind of like a charcoal color, and basically all I do is just wrap it around the tree and it looks really fabulous. So there's really not much to it, but that's a hack that you can use. It's a lot cheaper, I think, to just get fabric and make sure that it's as thick and as rich as possible in order to create a gorgeous or high-end tree skirt look. I have the store over here that I'd like to style very quickly. And I'm going to be using this vintage sequin wreath to style it. I also have a leather and suede type of ribbon. I actually got this off of one of my purchases. I think I purchased a coverlet or something like that. And so I just decided to keep the ribbon because sometimes the ribbon is pretty fancy, and I'm going to use it here on the wreath. So basically what I'm going to do is I try to keep it very simple. I don't want to overthink it when it comes to how I mess around with the ribbon. I don't know if you can tell, you can see that. And so it is done, and voila. And that is as simple as it gets. And because I love eclectic decor, I'm going to be using this green wreath on my closet door. And this one has a hook, so this one's a little bit lower. And I actually kind of like the differences in height because it just gives it a little bit more interest. I'm not the type of person who prefers symmetry for some reason. I'm more so an asymmetrical type of girl. And for me, that just makes things look a lot more interesting. It gives people the ability to have their eyes move around and basically try to figure out the story of my aesthetic, I guess. But yeah, so what I'm going to do with this one, because I don't want it to just be plain and simple, I'm going to add 2 of these things. Let me try to see how I can make this work. I've got this thrifted, still got a tag on it, weirdly enough. I've got this thrifted leaf type of garland. It's very, very short. Let me cut this off right quick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cascade it around this wreath. Keep it very simple. It has a little bit of glitter on it, which I really love. And so basically I'm going to kind of start from here. Try to fill it in a little bit just to make sure that it's secure. And then it kind of looks like some leaves are falling on this, like a leaf fell on the wreath or something. I think that should work. And I might mess with it a little bit more later on, just to perfect it, because right now I'm still in decorating mode. So I'll probably get some, what is that, pipe cleaner? I mean, it's secure right now. I don't know if you can see that. And I love that. It kind of looks like a laurel wreath, which I think is super cool. I was also thinking about adding this silver ribbon, but I don't think it's necessary. It might be too much. Like maybe add it to the side. I don't know. Like that. I don't think it's necessary, so we'll just use this somewhere else. Okay, so you can see everything now because of the mirror reflecting, but here above the mirror, I'm just adding this little vintage silver. This could be sterling silver, I'm not quite sure, but it's a silver stocking hanger, and I absolutely love that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding this beautiful gray stocking. It's a faux fur stocking, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is so, so gorgeous. I don't even know what to say. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And I'm trying to see how I'm going to turn these around because I've got 2 other stockings to show you, so you can kind of get the vibe of what I'm doing. So the first one, and I want to stack it. I would love to stack it so that way I think it just looks 10 times better when it's a cluster, when the stockings are in clusters. The next one is this one. I got this for, how much was this? I got this from Walmart a couple of weeks ago. I think it was maybe $8.99. And I'm basically just going to put it on the little knob that's on the mirror. And can you see how beautiful that looks? And if you think about it, this is cool and warm. This is more of a beige color, and that's a gray. So that's a way that you can actually mix warm tones with cool tones. And then lastly but not least, I would love to add this faux fur stocking. This one might have been a Target find. I thrifted it a long time ago at Dirt Cheap. And so I'm thinking just to give it more oomph And so let me start with this one. I think that will be great. Okay, magnifique. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then on this table, of course, the bedside table, I have my gorgeous red roses, which I think are just so romantic, but so festive as well. I learned this trick from the French. They love to decorate with roses or any type of florals during Christmas time, and I think it really just elevates your space and gives it more of that designer feel, which I'm all for. So I think that it is coming together so well. So lastly, I've just got 2 more spots to show you, and we're going to be done with this video. A little hack for you is add ribbon to your already existing decor, and it is going to look 10 times better. So this will save you from having to switch out your decor. I love these candlesticks, and I love the fact that there's this ribbon that I have. It's a green ribbon, and I'm basically just cascading it right here on the table like so. So I want it to be easy going. I don't want to overthink it, and it's just going to look so festive at the same time because I keep it simple here anyway. I'm not trying to add any extra decor to the space. This little spot, and is it upside down? And so I'm going to have to fix that one. And voila, very, very simple, but a gorgeous way to add some festivity. Okay, everybody, I am finally done decorating for Christmas in our bedroom, and I absolutely love it. I think everything turned out so well, and I also like how cohesive everything looks, even though I've added quite a lot of cool tones into our warm bedroom. As you can tell, our bed is very, very warm, and so is my tapestry up there. So one would probably assume that it would be very difficult to combine cooler tones in here, but I think the cooler tones are modernizing it because this bedroom is quite vintage. Even though it's eclectic, a lot of the pieces that I have are vintage. So just to see the silver tree come to life and all of the modern ornaments on there just really brought this space to life, and I am in love. I'm sure you saw some of the additions. I actually left the bed the same. I've had it like this for the most part, I think since January, and I don't plan on changing it because I love the simplicity of it. And I think it gives me more room to be able to play around with textures and different decor pieces elsewhere or around the space. So I think it worked out fantastically. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm basically starting over, and so if it's your first time here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also like this video because it's going to help me to have YouTube push it to more people. And yeah, I'm excited about the next couple of weeks because I'm going to be showing you more spaces that I am going to be decorating for Christmas. And then on top of that, I also want to give you some ideas on how you can decorate in different design styles for Christmas. So stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you all lovely people in the next one. Bye everyone.